Oh, what a beautiful afternoon. Oh, what a beautiful evening. Haha, what a magnificent place. So here's a great question. If I go swimming in this cold lake, I'm going to get wet and I'm going to get cold. That's the consequence of swimming in a cold lake. If I don't eat healthy food and if I don't move my body, I'm going to get old, fat, weak, sick, tired, diseased, depressed really quickly. That's the consequence. The interesting thing is that both of those have choices, and I'm just using the lake as an example because I'm next to this beautiful lake. My girls jump in here and they absolutely love it because they love to go swimming. But they get cold and they get wet. We also have to accept the consequences that when we take them home, they're going to be cold and wet and the car's going to be dirty and we'll have to wash the car. That's called the consequence. There's a beautiful experience, but the experience has an outcome and a consequence. There's a result. So the question is always, what are you doing if you want your life to be amazing, if you want to be healthy, fit and strong, if you want to have a career or business that you love, if you want to be financially free, and if you want to have great people in your life, and that's the reason that I'm here every day, that's the Romax philosophy. Be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. Always have a career or business or do what you love to create wealth, to create financial security, to create financial freedom. And then why would you have horrible people in your life? That's a choice. But all of those things, if you pick one or the other, and it might be just by subconscious choice, if you choose not to exercise, if you choose to eat crappy food, you have to accept the consequences of being unhealthy, overweight, out of shape, feel terrible. If you choose to stay in a lousy, stinking, rotten job, if you interviewed for a job that you don't like and you've got that job, or if you're lazy at that job or you don't do a good job, then you have to accept the fact that you'll probably get fired or someone will want to get rid of you pretty quickly. Or you won't progress, you won't earn more money, so you can't be financially free. Financial freedom actually doesn't fall out of the sky in a pretty pink box, as I always say. Even if you win lotto, you have to go to the shop and buy the ticket, as I always share. It's not luck. So the consequences of not buying a lotto ticket, for example, is that you can't win lotto. If you don't do a good job at your job, then you are not going to get promoted, you're not going to earn more money, your life is not going to get better for you. If you don't like your job, and I often hear people say this, oh, if I had this business, I would do it so differently. Well, there's a consequence to that. You won't be valuable at that business and you'll hate your job because you think you can do it better. And if you want to be in control of your life, I always ask this question, why not go and do your own business? Choose your own hours, be your own boss, earn the money that you want to earn, go on holidays when it suits you, work with the people that you want to work with, and the consequence of that is you'll have a successful business. Now, the wrap-up of successful business is really simple. Do what you love, keep getting better at it, and add massive value to people's lives. And if your product or service does that, you will have a successful business. But again, they don't fall out of the sky in a pretty pink box either. The consequence of choosing a lousy, stinking, rotten job is that you're not very happy every day. The consequence of doing what you love every day is that you can wake up with passion, enthusiasm, and excitement for life. If you choose to have disrespectful people in your life, if you choose to accept people who are rude, they gossip, they criticize, they treat you badly, then we have to accept the consequences that those horrible people are going to keep doing that. And I always ask this question, if somebody treats me badly one time, whose challenge is that? I love it because it means a person's revealed to me who they are. But if that person does exactly that same horrible thing to me again, whose challenge is it now? I've made that behaviour acceptable because I haven't gotten that person out of my life. So I have to accept now the consequence of if somebody treats me badly and I allow that, I accept that, I think that's okay, and whether that's subconscious or conscious, if I say to somebody, don't treat me that way, and they do it again, and I accept that, then I have to accept the consequence of that person's going to keep doing that to me. These are all logical, common sense things, of course, and we can all do what we want as human beings. Isn't that awesome? But our kids, and I always ask for our kids, I want our kids to know that if you do this, this could happen. So if you eat healthy food, if you keep fit and strong, you can be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of your life. You don't have to get old, you don't have to get out of shape, you don't have to be depressed, you don't have to be diseased. You can be a healthy, strong person for the rest of your life. If you do the training and the education, you've got passion for something, and you go and follow that dream, you can do the career or business that you want, you can be financially free, and if you don't accept disrespectful, horrible people, you don't have to have them in your life. You don't have to have horrible people in your life. Even if it's your family or people that you work with, don't put up with it. Isn't that awesome that we don't have to? So are we living the example for our kids? Are we making it possible for them to know that if I eat healthy food and I exercise, I can be healthy, fit and strong? If I do something I'm passionate about and I keep getting better at it and I add massive value to people's lives, I can have a successful business or career. If I invest my money wisely, and wealth creation is never about how much you earn, it's always about allocation. So if I accept the consequences, if I waste my money, I'll be broke. But if I invest my money wisely, I can be financially free, I can be financially secure, I can even be wealthy if I want to. And if I don't accept rude, disrespectful people in my life, then I can have beautiful relationships. And ultimately, that relationship is the one that I have with myself, isn't it? If I look after myself, if I respect myself, if I be the person that I like and want to be friends with, then I'm always going to have at least one great person in my life. And isn't that awesome? So here's my very personal question. What are you doing every day to make sure that you have the life that you want? And if you're not doing it, do you have to accept the consequences? If you don't look after yourself, you have to accept that you could be fat, sick, diseased, weak, tired. If you choose to stay in a lousy, stinking, rotten job, you have to accept the fact that it's going to be a yuck life. If you don't look after your money, you're going to be broke or struggling for money. And if you accept poor behaviour, disrespectful people, then you have to accept the consequence that you're going to have horrible people in your life, and how awful is that? So may you choose, please choose to be happy, healthy, fit and strong, have a career or business that you love, be financially free and have great people in your life, because all of those are a choice. Isn't that awesome? And if I swim in this freezing cold water, I have to accept the consequences that I'm going to get cold and wet, like my puppy dogs, and they love it. Super duper doo, how are you? Loving it by the lake today. Woohoo!